is Brittany, and I am a ER nurse that works in a pretty busy ER here in Southeast Michigan. Been working as a nurse for a little over 3 years, and I'm currently dealing with what is going on right now, and as everyone knows, the COVID-19 pandemic. So when I'm not at work, I'm here at home doing my part also to stay quarantined. So I figured what better chance to make a video seeing as I'm here. And unfortunately, it's heavy on my mind pretty much 24/7 right now. I figured this video I could just kind of talk about the timeline of how it kind of seemed to happen from my perspective, and then just to kind of, leave off where I'm at now. So, March 12th, we had been talking about coronavirus. It had been in the conversation. It wasn't here yet, like it hadn't hit us yet, and so I don't think any of us could have ever really anticipated the impact it would have. So on March 12th, so we had kind of had our first experience just in the COVID nursing world. Like, it had been on the news more, and people were getting more anxious around us. We started seeing people coming in a lot, requesting, COVID tests. So I think we were just all on like a loop, repeating to people that did come in, like, we're gonna swab you for the flu. If you don't have the flu, then you're fine. You may have it, you may not, but we don't have the stuff to test you. We're just gonna advise that you go home and quarantine, take Tylenol. March 13th is the day that we started meeting these patients at the door to come into the main ER entrance, and we were asking, like, do you have a fever, shortness of breath, cough? Have you had any recent travel? Have you been around anyone recently that is sick? So we had 6 in our area, patient area A, that were rule out COVID patients. We didn't know if they did or not have it because we did swab them, but we were waiting for a while to get results, which we still are waiting, like, days to get results. Still, nobody was like really wearing a mask all the time. People were when they were going into the room. It made me feel a little bit better, but I just felt like I didn't have enough information. People didn't realize still how bad it was going to get, and I didn't even either. I just was scared. March 17th, I had 2 ICU patients, one patient that was chronically vented, and then I had another. And then I had my 2 ICU patients were also COVID rule out patients, and they were really, really sick. And they were both on like some pretty heavy critical meds like Levofed. And I had, so at this point now we are given one N95 mask to like write our name on and sign it out. It's our mask for the day. And then we were instructed at this point to, if we needed to, like, to change out our surgical mask. But the one N95 we had to use the entire day, and they give us a brown paper bag. If we want to take it off, you could essentially put it in the brown paper bags, take that off and don that back on, and pray to God there's no human error donning and doffing all day long with your one dirty mask. It's really, really hard. I was really struggling with these patients, just to try and keep them alive and feel like I was protecting myself still. Anyway, so on March 22nd, I had this patient who was a COVID rule-out patient. Come to find out now she is positive and on high-flow nasal cannula, which was highly aerosolized. And I just remember talking to this ER doc, one of my friends thereafter. I'm like, at one point, I don't know, I had left my goggles on the top of my head. I didn't have them down. I flip them up sometimes because I'm constantly wiping them down and I can't see. So I had them flipped up, and then I realized I had this, I felt the color drain, the risk of that few minutes without it. I need to walk away. It's weighing on me. I'm like, what did I do? I was mad at myself. I was mad at the situation. I'm going through stages of grief. I'm sad. I'm angry. I'm trying to find comic relief in it and making jokes about it, but then I'm also terrified. Our entire ER, this was a few days back. We were designated a hot zone, and we were told to wear our one N95 mask that we were given all day long. Or you're to have a mask on all day long. That this is somehow going to work out. I know that this is a marathon, not a sprint. It's going to be a while, and it's probably going to get a lot harder still before things start to improve, but I'm hopeful that they will. nobody would sign up for this. Nobody would sign up for this, like, infectious disease without the proper protection, without the knowledge base. I mean, it's so new. Like, this isn't just a job to me. This is my career. This is my life. I want to keep doing this. I don't want to stop doing this. I just didn't sign up to do this. I'm just trying to live through it. Anyway, it was very long-winded. And honestly, if I sat here longer, I could keep talking because it's just all, there's a lot to handle right now. I know so many of us are going through, like, a lot of the same things that I'm going through, are feeling these same feelings of, like, anger and anxiety and fear and happiness and sadness. I just wish that the reality of this wasn't as grim as it seems sometimes, but I have to remain hopeful that, like, things are going to get better. And I do know that if and when things improve, I will be a different person. I already feel like I am a different person, but I hope in the long run I'll be a better person, because I'll be more thankful, appreciative of, like, just, you know what, I'm going to take the kids and we're going to go to the park, and there's going to be other kids there, and he's going to play with them. My 5-year-old son, he's like, Mommy, when can I high-five friends again? That's heartbreaking. It's hard to even see it through my children's eyes. Like, they know something's wrong. They're not naive to this. So I will appreciate those moments where we can go and he can go make friends and play and I can watch him. It's been hard for us. It's been hard for, I know, everybody worldwide. And in some weird way, it gives us this connection of, like, something that we, like, took on together and we'll get through together, and, like, a sense of community. I'm just trying to see silver lining just to get through this. Okay. Anyway, take care.